Play.
It'll be Great Britain's Jack Draper to begin.
15 love.
There's a lot of focus with Jack on the forehand. He can get the ball through the court nicely.
14.
Yeah, he's rock solid on that side. The forehand, there's a lot of damage, a lot more wrist action involved. The backhand, he needs to be kind of leaning into the shot to really hurt people. That forehand, if it's full of power, he can still hurt you. I think nerves normally reveal themselves very early in a match and then very late in a match in this environment. He hasn't shown any nerves early. It's just the first point he's lost.
Minaur has made this a tricky little pass. It was around the corner.
Draper.
And the ideal start.
$15 long.
It's a little early taste of the Minaur defense.
Nice action as well. If he goes wide or even into the body slider, a lot of spin on the serve.
30.
Just the second time this week. The contact's not quite as clean as it off the back end. It's obviously been a slight issue for him. Most of his fortune.
Draper's so deep for this first serve. Really nice move on the net. Minaur is very secure with his volleys. The ball at a nice height and de-risks the volley. Look how quickly he's onto that net. Just bunts it across. He's getting a little more pop early in the year, but not quite in sync here at the Open. That's a good one. Practice reps, which clearly he wasn't able to after Wimbledon. He also might be protecting it.
Game, Draper.
Hear both of those if you want to have a listen, of course.
15 love.
The American semi-final is going
to hear the name Robbie Ginepri a lot between now and
13
Friday, because the last time,
06.
05, Federer would win the first of his majors at the first of his U.S. Opens against Andre. Rosetsky, the last Brit to reach the final in the men's here?
Yep.
Would be, right?
Yep. Didn't look possible.
Extend these rallies at the moment. Are you surprised at that?
You know, honestly think
15
that
Murray's success in his natural feel for that style of play as well.
Jack's best friend is actually Paul Jubb, who he lived with.
The errors are flying off that wing. That's a nice little move up to the forecourt, cutting the angle off from the Brits. Sometimes in the past, he's got too caught up in trying to hit big, which is not his natural game. There's a lot of spin on the ball so they can get height and push their opponents back. He's a baseline hugger, cut the angle off and get in and then follow it in is really fantastic.
One of the better points he's played.
Game, Draper. Love that. Love 14. Fifteen, 14.
Three up, three down. Coach called the pitch, didn't he? Told him to watch the tee. That's where the serve went. And Draper was there for the return, but not here for this exceptional two-hander.
Right at him, and Draper just simply could not get out of the way of it. Well, once again, he's having to rely on his ability to defend the second serve.
5 games to 3 per set. 15 all.
Fascinating, Jim, isn't it, to see if he can elongate those rallies.
Four set points have come and gone, and it's 15-30, trying to serve it out. Interesting that he opted out of attack early in the rally, had a big positional advantage. How about that tactic? A little bit of a bluff at 30 all with the serve and volley. Not that time. Now Minaur with a great return at the shoelaces. That was a real chance for Demon to get right back in it. It's the next step in his evolution as he starts to be in this position more often, is to
strong into the set. Just stretching himself out. 39 minutes it took. Always been willing to give his time, Andy. Not just time, is it, Jim? It's being on court with someone like that. Dedication required. Yeah, and having the bar where it needs to be.
Yeah, no, Andy has led by example for as long as he's been on tour, and always been a big supporter of the Brits, male and female.
Did you have someone like that in the
top 10 players like Jimmy Arias and Aaron Krickstein and Yannick Noah practice? So no, I wasn't on the court with them, and I wasn't getting supported by them in the way that, from what I've gathered and seen. He's also spoken about how he doesn't miss the smelly shoes that Andy will leave around his locker. Well.
Hey, Minaur. $15 love.
It's dipped just in time.
30 love. $14. 14-15.
What happened at the end of his match with Felix Auger-Aliassime in Cincinnati, which really troubled him. Good hold to serve there, but
in terms of how he dealt with it, or what was surrounding it?
Both, all of it. Maybe for those who aren't familiar, give us a little color on what happened.
I mean, match point. Finds his way over the net. second look. The ball clipped the floor on the way on Jack's side. Felix.
It's a good shot there to get the 30 all. It's something where clearly once he saw the replay.
It's a shadow of himself. Well, may just get a few more answers right now.
15 long.
Because we're so used to seeing Alex make such a high volume of returns.
I mean, that's got nice pace, and that is pretty remarkable. Taking them deep for the second serve return. Still can't land it.
14. Game Draper.
Last night he was in a tussle with Tiafoe. And he slipped and injured himself. Deflating, really. You can see him just distraught on the court. And Jack doesn't run full for that one, does he? That's not a good sign there. Minaur has to be thinking, how do I get this guy moving side to side? He needs to be doing windshield wiper drills.
Yes.
It's a rare win behind the second serve as well, because numbers have been
advantage. Minaur.
somewhat subdued Australian out here so far. A place in the last four.
That's so handy. Comfortable moving. We'll hope that that's what's hampered him in some of the lack of long strides that we've seen, but here for this set at least. How good is that? I mean, that thing has so much side spin on it. Goodness.
Business winning that point.
Yes.
And this is where volleying starts to get tougher going forward. When you hit a volley there, that's not a great location on the volley, but against most players, you're not going to get beaten with a pass.
Did a great job, but Draper stayed nice and cool on that one. How does he get as much purchase on that as he did?
I have two questions about that point. How bad was the drop shot? Those are my two questions. Was that a lob? Was it a drop shot? Which one was it?
Answers on a postcard to Jim Courier.
That's it. Here we go.
The movement really held up, as well as the shot making from the Brit there.
Advantage, Draper. Game, Draper.
What a significant game that could prove to be. Wells, obviously, so he's been in their shadows a little bit. But I think you know as well as I do, I think
Low 40. 15.
More emotion coming off of the Aussie here in the second set. Wimbledon had carried really into this tournament. It just feels like he's holding back a little bit of something. I don't know if it's physical or emotional, but it's De Minaur package is there today yet. But he keeps digging himself out of some deep holes.
Yep.
Saved the 4 set points.
Use.
I would suspect.
Advantage, Minaur. Use. Advantage, Minaur.
Both men with Corey De Minaur standing there, kind of conceding the wide serve here. That's beautiful. And he gets to love 15. Return. So far today, Jack serving over 70% of his first serves into the backhand corner in both courts.
Low 50.
He's going to give him another second serve to work with.
win a few of the
15
longer
all.
rallies, isn't he? He's starting just to get a few more mistakes out of the Brit. Glad you agree. This was a clever volley, wasn't it?
Out. 14-13.
Once again, raining down. To recognise how difficult that was going to be.
First opportunity, you take it. Back.
Lands that serve up the tee.
13 all.
To Minaur once again.
Unknowns with Jack.
I think all cards are on the table, given the tape around his leg.
Game Draper.
What a finish that is. Interesting to know, wouldn't it, how many, if there was an influence in terms of games won from a player when they come back to the coaches.
Aggressive at the first opportunity. Trusts his shot making.
15-13.
Was looking for a way through Minaur.
Low.
What do you put that down to within 20 minutes? They're like a Formula One crew changing tires.
Out.
They don't hang around, do they?
14
Not
all.
hanging around in this game, is he, Jack? Either triple set point. Have an open court to play with. That'll do it.
And second set,
Jack
Draper.
Draper 1 set away
7 games
from
to
a
5.
US Open semi-final. He
Draper
leads
leads
Alex
by
de Minaur
2 sets to
by
love.
2 sets to love.
Low. 14 low. Game de Minaur.
Djokovic at the United Cup. I know you were there that week.
Yep.
I believe that was the first win over the
15 love.
Serbian at the time.
Well, Novak had destroyed him at the Australian Open the year prior because I wanted to. I don't know what jerk asked him that question, but anyway.
15 all.
Yeah, Demon was absolutely fantastic at the United Cup this year. That's when he started to kind of showcase 7-6 and a third and then beat Fritz, Djokovic, and Zverev on the trot. Those are the types of players who play in the Tour Championships when it's all the big boys. So he came out of the blocks hot to the finals of Rotterdam, winning in Acapulco. Tremendous first quarter.
14-15.
So we know that Minaur has made it to the top 10. Where's the ceiling for Jack Draper, Nick?
A few months and the improvement. I think he's a guy who in much the same way as Alex leaves no stone unturned. And I've had a lot of conversations with people back at the NTC. They'll tell you this guy works so hard. Probably had 4 or 5 years ago saying, I'm not sure Alex is going to be a top 10 player. He's underweight. He's under. Doesn't have the weapons. What was the conversation people had 4 or 5 years ago about this guy, wasn't it?
13-15.
He evolved.
Well, there's no Federer there. Right. There's no Nadal there.
Exactly.
So, I mean,
okay.
That's not throwing shade on the top 10 right now. They're awesome.
14-15.
But, you know, some of your all-time great players who have left or are in the process of exiting the stage. So.
Game de Minaur.
Demon slow to get up after that
15 love.
backhand open stance pass.
What do you put that down to?
13-15. We were told in the pre-tournament briefing by mid-20s to high 20s. So that's the slowest surfaces the players see. Oh, did he get that? First of all, I think Draper played an out ball in the return to get it on his racket and avoid a not up, it appears. Oh, wow. Video review is in play here. If there is any question, chair umpire can look at it again on replay, but he got that one. Chair umpire can look at it again on replay, but he got that one. Beautiful run onto the ball. Did you see him hobble after he hit the brakes?
Definitely. Drop shot was not optimal.
Love 30. Love 14.
Fourth meeting between Draper and de Minaur. They've always been close contests. Tooth right now.
Draper.
Finish to the game. Himself now with 2 sets and a break.
15.
If he can just hold it together with his serve, is intriguing to see how an athlete responds.
Haven't seen that enough, have we, from de Minaur today? That outward positivity that he brings to a court. As his first look at a break point in the set.
30-14.
That's so well played for Draper. Cannot move and hit open stance backhands without really hurting himself. He looked really in pain at the end of this rally. Earlier in the rally, he did hit open stance backhand, and he didn't get out of that corner fast at all. Look at that reaction after that one. Just
Advantage, Draper.
Compromised.
But how much admiration to get back to good and make that push he'll need to do to reach the tour finals in Torino. Can't even get out of the shot.
But it wasn't the case this time around, was it, Jim? As you say, he was playing his chances down, was Alex, having not competed for 6 weeks prior to arriving here. Full credit to Draper, because where others have not been able to capitalise, it looks as though he has.
Good save.
But what an opportunity, what a tournament he's having.
15.
As you said, Jim, he'll be top 20. The point that sums up the match so neatly.
30 long.
US Open semi-finals
6-2.
in some style. A first win over Alex de Minaur, and the Brit reaches the last 4 without dropping a set all fortnight. It's a breakthrough week for Draper, who's through 6-3, 7-5, 6-2.
Now the only real concerns for him are physical. The confidence levels have to be high. What an adrenaline rush to finish that way. Draper